frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
56.
From the gun, it's Allen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
First down, Buffalo.
98 to Mike. Watch the slant. Check 9.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Able to find Shaheen here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 50, plant. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Protein spill. Hit it.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Off play action. Lewis. Able to find Switzer. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Lewis. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine. And he's in. Touch.
Yo.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
What'd you say? Yeah.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Down. And two soft. You better bring it. Check 37. Check 37.
They'll run on first down. Cooper. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, it's Cooper. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, it's Cooper. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Bills' 15-yard line.
Got it. 47. Check, 47. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Ready?
Now Lewis. Washington's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set. 18, Gator. Got to do better. Come on, QB.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
The second.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Thank you. Thank you. You want him back? You're welcome. Love you.
Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. To throw is Lewis.
I know, right?
Waiting from the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
I'll take what I can get. He gives me kisses.
Switzer, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
Thank you. Thank you.
Taking the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit the offense in that position.
Say, Mama, where you at?
For a defense.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out.
You want to come and get him?
We'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Spec ops mode. Oh, we can. Oh, that's that campaign shit. Like next to multiplayer, but not multiplayer.
Come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived.
That's what I just said, though.
Touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
Ooh, come on! I ain't say it how you said it.
But haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
That's literally what I said,
So
though.
what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Boy, that's
From the
deep.
24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's
Make that tackle, boy. How we don't get pressure on that?
Touchdown.
That was a good play.
Big play there. 76 yards. As they are an extra point away now from
My
time.
nigga Freddie Briggs ain't gonna get this damn dev upgrade.
Hauschka adds the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
Oh, they started over.
This one tied at 14 now.
Ooh,
as he
that's
sends
trash.
this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that.
Hold
can
on,
you?
bitch.
I mean, this
The
is
regular
way you
Steelers
practice
is
it.
lit
This
too,
is the way you
bitch.
rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
What's wrong with the Steelers?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last
Good
run.
answer. Good answer.
Operating from the gun, Lewis. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped. And that
You
can
got
turn
to trade
into an
him?
incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down.
Damn it, dog. What is up with
And he
my
went
blocking
nowhere.
this
Well, he
game?
went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be
Right,
a
right,
case
right.
of see ball, get ball.
Ready up.
Is the mic. 47 is the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Shoot.
Now Lewis.
Fitzpatrick?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his
Nigga
tight
Fitzgerald.
end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
March 47. March 47. You got that.
Lewis now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Switzer complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 43. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Lewis throwing on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And That's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Lewis. From the gun, he'll throw. Complete to Washington. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
A gain of 12 brings up 2nd down at the 40-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Lewis. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz,
bro, don't call holding again.
Just about every time.
Come on.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were
I got the most undisciplined team.
People celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
This
They're backed
season.
up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
These niggas commit penalties at the worst possible time.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Oh, man.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 49. Watch the slip. Let's go.
To throw is Lewis. Operating from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Break.
55. Check 55. Mike.
Check right. Check right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field.
Hey.
What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
What's up, my dude?
Down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cooper, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can
Bills
run the
is
ball
pretty
and
nice, man.
lead.
I
Give
give
it to
them
the
that.
backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down now.
Damn, how the fuck did he go completely unblocked?
Forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment.
Yeah, I don't know how to stop that because I unclicked that thing, but it still does it. So I don't know.
On 3rd down, Lewis. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Don't you drop it. You dropped it, you bum-ass nigga. Should have possession caught it.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd.
You gotta make sure you even got the funds to do what you want.
Now Lewis off the play fake. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Sick of paying that man that franchise tag, huh?
Defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the side.
Oh, I don't.
Put the football in one.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, Michelle. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Bills send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Jim.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, set. 10-2 start. Here we go.
Lewis now. Off play action. That's complete to Nada, the tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He gets it to Cooks. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football.
That's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He's letting it fly for Cook. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. 30. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score games. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 36-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. 2nd and 1. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's turned down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead?
Get there.
Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. It's a quarterback sneak. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
On 1st down, Samuels. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And an alley to run. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On play action, Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Julian Love picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
GG, big dog.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Hey, eat. So we got man.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think